Genoa is a city and the capital of the Italian region of Liguria, and the sixth largest city in Italy. In 2023, 558,745 people lived within the city's administrative limits. While its metropolitan city has 813,626 inhabitants, more than 1.5 million people live in the wider metropolitan area stretching along the Italian Riviera. On the Gulf of Genoa in the Ligurian Sea, Genoa has historically been one of the most important ports on the Mediterranean. It is currently the busiest in Italy and in the Mediterranean Sea and 12th busiest in the European Union. Genoa was the capital of one of the most powerful maritime republics for over 7 centuries, from the 11th century to 1797. Particularly from the 12th century to the 15th century, the city played a leading role in the history of commerce and trade in Europe, becoming one of the largest naval powers of the continent and considered among the wealthiest cities in the world. It was also nicknamed La Superba by Petrarch due to its glories on the seas and impressive landmarks. The city has hosted massive shipyards and steelworks since the 19th century, and its solid financial sector dates back to the Middle Ages. The Bank of St. George, founded in 1407, is the oldest known state deposit bank in the world and has played an important role in the city's prosperity since the middle of the 15th century. The historical center, also known as Old Town, of Genoa is one of the largest and most densely populated in Europe. Part of it was also inscribed on the World Heritage List in 2006 as Genoa, la Strade Nuova and the system of the Palazzi dei Rolli. Genoa's historical city center is also known for its narrow lanes and streets that the locals call carraggi. Genoa is also home to the University of Genoa, which has a history going back to the 15th century, when it was known as Genuense Athenaeum. The city's rich cultural history in art, music and cuisine allowed it to become the 2004 European Capital of Culture. It is the birthplace of Guglielmo Embriaco, Christopher Columbus, Andrea Doria, Niccolo Paganini, Giuseppe Mazzini, Renzo Piano and Grimaldo Canella, founder of the House of Grimaldi, among others. Genoa, which forms the southern corner of the Milan-Turin-Genoa industrial triangle of northwest Italy, is one of the country's major economic centers. A number of leading Italian companies are based in the city, including Fincantieri, Leonardo, Insaldo Energia, Insaldo STS, ERG, Piaggio Aerospace, Mediterranean Shipping Company and Costa Cruises. The city of Genoa covers an area of 243 square kilometers between the Ligurian Sea and the Apennine Mountains. The city stretches along the coast for about 30 kilometers from the neighborhood of Voltri to Nervi, and for 10 kilometers from the coast to the north along the valleys Polcevera and Bisigno. The territory of Genoa is popularly divided into 5 main zones: the center, the west, the east, the Polcevera and the Bisigno Valley. Although much of the city center is located at a low elevation, the territory surrounding it is mountainous with undeveloped land usually being in steep terrain. Genoa is adjacent to 2 popular Ligurian vacation spots, Camogli and Portofino. In the metropolitan area of Genoa lies Avido Natural Regional Park. The Genoa metropolitan area had a GDP amounting to $30.1 billion in 2011, or $33,003 per capita. Several cruise and ferry lines serve the passenger terminals in the Old Port, with a traffic of 3.2 million passengers in 2007. MSC Cruises chose Genoa as one of its main home ports, in competition with the Genoese company Costa Cruises, which moved its home port to Savona. The quays of the passenger terminals extend over an area of 250,000 square meters, with 5 equipped berths for cruise vessels and 13 for ferries, for an annual capacity of 4 million ferry passengers, 1.5 million cars and 250,000 trucks. The historical maritime station of Ponte dei Mille is today a technologically advanced cruise terminal, with facilities designed after the world's most modern airports, to ensure fast embarking and disembarking of all latest generation ships carrying 1,000 passengers. A 3rd cruise terminal is currently under construction in the redesigned area of Ponte Parodi, once a quay used for grain traffic.